Hi guys, the often overlooked ARC stands for Audio Return Channel, and ever since the HDMI 4.4 standard was introduced, ARC has been available on TVs, soundbars and receivers. This protocol offers two-way communication between devices over a single HDMI connection. Essentially, the HDMI ARC port lets you use HDMI as both an input and an audio output. Since ARC was introduced in 2009, it has become a very common standard, and you will find it on virtually all TVs, soundbars and receivers sold in recent years. Anything that works with the HDMI 1.4 standard should support ARC, but check the documentation for your specific devices to be sure. That two-way flow of sound offered by HDMI ARC means that you can easily do some things that used to require extra cables. First, you can connect your audio system with a single HDMI cable, connect your soundbar to the TV using the designated ARC capable port, and you can use it for every device that connects to the TV, including Blu-ray players, game consoles, and other devices. And it does that through the TV itself instead of requiring a separate audio receiver. Second, you can run these connections through the soundbar itself, letting you shift the multiple HDMI connections from the TV to the soundbar without requiring any additional setup. This is especially helpful for instances in which your TV is wall mounted and you either don't have access to all of the HDMI ports or simply want a cleaner look with fewer cables running to and from the TV. It also means fewer cables to install. When your TV is connected to a soundbar or speaker system, you can also use the ARC connection to deliver TV audio to your speakers. Audio going to the TV from an antenna, for example, can also be output over HDMI and piped through the soundbar instead of just the TV's built-in speakers. This is especially important for smart TVs for which streaming services deliver all content via Wi-Fi with nothing to feed into the receiver. Instead, the ARC connection lets you output that sound to your soundbar without having to connect with a dedicated audio cable. You can also use this conjunction with another HDMI standard called Consumer Electronics Control, which is also known as HDMI-CEC, which lets you control external devices like Blu-ray players or satellite boxes using your TV remote. By using the ARC connection for audio and the HDMI-CEC functionality, you can reduce both the number of cables used and number of remote controls needed for your home theater. It may take a couple of extra steps to get everything activated and set up for ARC depending on your TV's manufacturer and the specific model. First, determine which ports have ARC support. Most TV manufacturers offer ARC output over only one HDMI port instead of all 3 or 4 ports on the set. This is usually indicated by a label on the set itself. If the HDMI ports aren't clearly labeled, you can check the TV manual, which should indicate which HDMI ports to use. Second, you may need to activate ARC output on the TV. You will generally find this feature in the settings menu under audio. While many TVs auto-detect devices with the ARC capability, others requires you to turn on to the feature manually. Finally, just plug in your stuff. This is that simple. Any HDMI cable will work. The only thing to keep in mind is that the ARC enabled port needs to be connected to your external audio device.